If you told me the picture on the top was a NIO ET5T, I would have believed you. But that's actually the back of the new Li Auto i6. Look at the striking resemblance. When I first saw the Li Auto i6 at the back of this car, I thought, hey, the back of this car looks really damn good. No wonder it looks good. It looks almost the same as the ET5T. Oh my God. And I gotta be honest, the side profile of the i6 also looks pretty nice, but the front of the Li Auto i6 is just a complete abomination in my personal opinion. It keeps on reminding me of the Cart Titan from Attack on Titan, with that protruding mouth kind of sticking out like that. Damn, it's kind of like an acquired taste, right? Well, if you said the front was an original design, I would definitely believe you. But if you said the back was an original design, that's hard to believe. And here in China, a lot of people are saying that the Li Auto i6 copied NIO's ET5T, to the extent that Li Auto's designer had to come out and sort of explain that the rear of the Li Auto i6 is actually from the Li Auto L9. Yeah, totally. Yeah, well, from the Li Auto L9, not from the NIO ET5T. So with that car, my personal opinion of the design of that car, when you're approaching it from the front, you got to cover your eyes. From the side, you can open your eyes. From the back, you can open your eyes wide and smile because, yeah, it looks like an ET5T. But that's just my opinion about design. Let's move on and talk real seriousness about this car, all right, the i6. So this car, the price point and everything, this car, according to Li Auto themselves, all right, has 12 times more internal orders compared to the L6. So meaning there's a heck of a lot of Li Auto employees buying this car. And apparently the orders are also exploding for this car. And there's over 40,000 orders, lock-in orders, apparently. Okay, so this is all apparently. But what's so special about this car? Well, this car, the price point. All right, the price point of this car, pretty darn cheap. Let's move into the specific detail. Now, later on, I will talk about the impact that this will have on NIO. And yeah. So stay tuned for that. But first of all, the starting price of this car, 249,800 RMB, or roughly 35,000 US dollars. This is very competitive, all right? Let's be honest. That is very, very competitive, very cheap. And it's what they're offering with this car, which kind of is quite interesting. They're giving a lot of freebies with this car. So this car, by the way, for the first month, they're giving away the free dual chamber air suspension, and then the free car refrigerator, the self-closing automatic doors. They're offering it all for free, which is quite insane. Okay, and then what's also very interesting is, of course, this car also has a small frunk, whereas the i8 didn't. So you can see some i8 buyers are going to be upset about this. But then this is also, it's nothing comparable to the ES8 or the Envo L90, but it is a frunk. And currently the ES6, NIO's ES6 does not have a frunk. So yeah, take it for what it's worth. And then of course, this car has two powertrain options. You have the rear wheel drive with that gets you from 0 to 100 in 6.5 seconds. And then you have the all-wheel drive, and the all-wheel drive gets you 0 to 100 in 4.5 seconds. So not super impressive stats there, but still, it's enough. And then the range of the car, so the you can choose from Of course, the rear-wheel drive gets you the longer range of 720 kilometers with the LFP battery, and then the all-wheel drive gets you 660 kilometers, which is comparable to NIO's 650 kilometers of range on the ES6 with the 100 kilowatt hour battery pack. So the battery pack for the i6 is at 87.3 kilowatt hours. Battery pack, it supports 5C fast charging with 500 kilometers in just 10 minutes. If you can get that output at a charging station, of course, with a battery swap, it's always going to be faster. And of course, it will be powered by NVIDIA's Thor U chip with 700 TOPS of computing power, which is less than what NIO has with two NX9031 chip, each of them with over 1,000 TOPS of processing power. And then the other chip is, of course, backup. And then it also has LiDAR for its autonomous driving solution. And yeah, this car also has a lot of quirky things inside the car. For example, well, it is a 5-seater, by the way. If you want a 6-seater, you go for the i8. So this 5-seater car, they do have like big, massive 21-inch screen. And then they have this kind of a big table. You have the front table. You also have like a center console table that you can use. So all in all, and they're also really talking about using better materials compared to before, like more aluminum in the car. And if you look at the front front screen setup, it's very similar to what they have before, basically a triple screen and a heads-up display. So very familiar with Li Auto's design language for the interior of the car. So the interior doesn't look too terrible, but one thing to keep in mind is that before with the Li Auto L6, they did switch up the batteries. So they used CATL batteries, and then they used another brand batteries just to like lower the average cost. And you would be really unlucky if you got the other brand, the non-CATL battery, and it was kind of random. So you wouldn't know if you're the unlucky person. So it's not exactly clear if they're going to do the same with the i6. So that's something to keep in mind. So who is this like car targeted for? Of course, it's competing against the Model Y. And of course, it's also going to try to snap up market share against the NIO ES6. But to that extent, yes, they will take sales from the NIO ES6. There will be some customers that are switching, but you got to understand right now, it doesn't really matter anymore, to be honest, all right? Because NIO's ES6 makes up a very small portion of NIO's total overall sales. Take last week's number, for example. NIO only had 930 ES6 and EC6 sales, whereas a long time ago, last year, the ES6 and EC6 sales were at the number one spot. It would be the volume driver. And because this isn't on the NT 3.0 platform, people are going for the Envo L90, the Envo L60, and also the ES8. So, and of course, this car wouldn't have any impact on the ET5 and ET5T, despite having very similar design resemblance, because that car, it's just like people that want that car, they will get that car. They're not going to consider something else. So, you know, it is a situation where the ES6 will get impacted, but the damage will be just very little, okay? The damage will be very little, and ES8 buyers will not be considering this car whatsoever. Now, could NIO possibly sue Li Auto for the design infringement? Well, unfortunately, most likely not, because look at Xiaomi's cars. They look almost exactly the same as a Porsche. And Porsche hasn't sued Xiaomi, right? They're very upset about them, yeah. And I'm sure NIO, the guys at NIO's design headquarters, they look at this, they look at the rear of the car, and they're pretty upset about this as well, probably. But yeah, at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do. So they will sell, and this car apparently selling quite well, but there's going to be just a little bit of damage, not so much. So nothing to be too concerned about. So yeah, take it for what it's worth. What do you guys think about this car, the design of the car, the features of this car? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you agree with me that the back looks good, the side looks good, the front looks terrible? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.